I released a mixtape on this channel about a month ago, and today I felt inspired to talk about it. This was somewhat inspired by a post I saw on X from Charmer. They're talking about their upcoming release, their new LP that's coming out, I believe, in May. And there was a thread, and they were talking about some of the lore and backstory of that record. And I enjoy listening to how music is put together, sort of the story or gossip behind it a little bit. And I figure, why not do something similar for my own music? So this mixtape is about 30 songs, an hour long, so it's pretty long. I won't talk about all of the songs on here because we'll be here forever. But if I do talk about all of them, I'll separate this into multiple videos. I guess I'll start with the title. The title, there isn't really much to say about the title. It's called Another Go. I released my first mixtape in 2017 called Minutes. You can check that out on this channel if you like. And my problem artistically is that I'm very spontaneous when it comes to my art. And so with my last mixtape and with this mixtape, I didn't go into it thinking like I'm going to assemble a body of songs to express a particular idea or concept. Yeah, art is mainly just a way of me sort of not coping, but making sense of my life. And whenever I go through or end a particular season of my life, it feels like I have to sort of, in order to move on, I need to put together some sort of art, something, whether that's like poetry or music. In this case, it's music. So yeah, so Another Go is simply just like, this is my second mixtape, another go around the sun of making music, and that's kind of all that went into it. I originally called this something else, but it was a little bit too personal and sentimental. So I'm glad I stuck with Another Go, and yeah, I think it works well. The cover art is a photograph that I took, and I just put it through some editing software and made it look like cover art. The vibe of it, I was trying to go for like a Midwest emo-ish vibe for this, I guess, project, the art. And yeah, so I really like the photograph. I think it encapsulates the vibe pretty well on this project. So the very first track on this mixtape is called Aberdeen. Aberdeen is actually one of the later songs that I wrote, pretty close to the beginning or release of this mixtape. And it's not completely instrumental, but it has some lyrics at the end. But it's primarily just guitar, and I think it's one of my better attempts at trying to write a Midwest emo song, and that's kind of the direction where I wanted to go musically. Writing more pop punk music, writing more Midwest emo music, shoegazy music. If you watched any of my more recent uploads, it's kind of leaning in that direction. So I like it. It's essentially inspired by a relationship that I was in, and just like me reminiscing, being nostalgic about the things we did together, places we went together, and how I really enjoyed that relationship and time in my life. And it was a really beautiful time. So that's track number one. Track number two is called Towson. I wrote this song a while ago. It's actually one of my favorite songs on this mixtape. I think my vocals came through pretty well on this. And it's essentially about when you first get into a relationship or you get exclusive, if you're monogamous, and that you're still either you're insecure or your partner's insecure about like you not wanting to see them like see all of you immediately, and but it's like I don't really care. It's like I like you. I don't care if your apartment's messy or however you feel like you're not fully put together yet. It's whatever. So that's what that song is about. I really like it. Like I said, I think my vocals came through pretty well on this one. Track number 3 is called Outro. Someone gave me a really nice compliment on this. She told me that it reminded her of a Silver Sun pickup song, and I love that band, so I was quite flattered to hear that.
I'm watching your iris form, tiny infinities all around me, and I love that bracelet. It's your favorite shade.
It's called Outro because when I wrote it, it sounded like it could be like the last song on the album. I write most of my songs on my acoustic. I do have an electric. I've had one since the beginning, but I'm not in a band, and so I wrote primarily on my acoustic. But this was on the electric, and I think it came out pretty well. I think if I were to rename it, it probably would be Blue Bracelet, not Outro. But essentially, it's about sharing a moment with somebody and feeling really connected with them in that particular setting. And track number 4 is called Man, Today Was Lovely. This song I wrote I think a year or two ago, and this was about a relationship I was in, and toward the beginning stages, or before you're actually like together, you're still dating, and I was sort of dropping hints on social media. I would go to this place or on a date, and I would post a picture. The picture would just have like a caption of like where I was, but the caption would just be like, "Man, today was lovely." After I had like a really nice date.
I love it when you come around. I do my best not to let you down, 'cause every day's a new scene, with us wrapped up inside a dream.
And that's yeah. So this is one of the few songs I like to listen to personally. Just like oh, I'm glad I wrote this song because I enjoy listening to this song. So I think it was a good effort. The next song is called Real Life. I wrote this song again a couple of years ago, and it's about essentially growing older and sort of being disappointed and overwhelmed with how difficult life can be at times. Because you're younger, you have an idea of what your life could be like or what you want it to be like, and then you get older and you realize it can be pretty challenging. It's rewarding to be on your own, independent, doing your own thing, but it's like when things don't work out how you thought they were going to work out, it can be sort of hard.
Cause this brain has been through a lot, wasting away through self-doubt. It's been so cold, I need to let this go, cause real life has been overwhelming. Real life has been only breaking me down.
I think it was a good effort because it's most of my songs are like a minute 30. They're pretty short. This one, I think it's still pretty short, but it has a nice verse chorus sort of pattern. So I think it was a good effort by me. The next song is called Attempt 8. Attempt 8 is actually a cover song. I think the only second cover I've done on this channel. And it's a cover by a band called Static Dress. Static Dress is probably my current favorite band. I couldn't find an acoustic version of this song on YouTube, and so I was like, well, I'll do it myself. Actually, I was playing around with the chords, and I was like, oh, I think I think attempt 8 would sound good with these lyrics. I mean, these chords. So I did it, and I think it turned out pretty good. I think my vocals came through okay on this one, considering most of my songs I record are through my phone. So.
I stand, the whirlpool through my chest. So I feared long enough, overthinking that.
So I think it was pretty good. The next song is called Moon. Moon is, I'm pretty sure I wrote this on a full moon, and I wanted to sort of have like a ethereal, otherworldly sort of vibe. It's instrumental again. There is some, I did sort of play around with some vocals, some backing vocals on this, so lots of reverb, which I thought was kind of like a fun sort of experiment to do. I don't think. I don't think I had done that on a song prior. I don't think, maybe. But yeah, it's a nice short song. It was really hard to play because I'm really bad at guitar picking, but it sounded really good with guitar picking, and I had so many takes trying to play that song, and I was so relieved when I didn't mess it up. The next song is called Silver Spring. Silver Spring was my first attempt at writing a pop punk song. It's not actually pop punk, but it was my attempt at writing a pop punk song. And it's essentially about summer's my favorite season, and there was a time in my life where I was like hoping that like I would have a nice summer, but I was always sort of left disappointed. Like either nothing happened or something bad happened during summer, and just like it was like a letdown, I suppose. And so that's all the song is about. There's a lyric in here that says, waiting for summer, but it's breaking me apart again. And that's essentially the core idea of this song.
I never wanted this feeling in my chest to ever go away, but I know it's for the best. I only wanted you to know exactly how I felt when my brown eyes beheld the only one who's made me melt.
The next song is called This Dance. There isn't really much to say about this particular song. I was playing around with my guitar one day, found some nice chords, added some lyrics to it, and it's essentially about like having a romantic experience with somebody, dancing in the rain type of thing. Musically, I like it. I think it turned out pretty well, but unfortunately not much fun backstory with that one.
This is all that I have ever hoped for. Wipe the tears from my cheeks, 'cause this is so much more than all of my beautiful dreams. Love cast through lyrics and scenes. Please don't let me go.
The next song is called We'll See This Through. This song was originally called Ballad 9. And I wrote this song about my ex. They were going through a really hard time a few years ago. And it's like when we love somebody and then you see them hurting or like frustrated with some aspect of life and you want to help, but you know you can't do anything to fix the problem, and so you feel bad because you know you can't help them. And so that's what that essentially is about. Yeah, like I can't fix things, but I'm here for you. I'll do what we can to sort of see this through. And but yeah, it's a nice little ballad that I changed the title of it to "We'll See This Through." the next song is called "I Don't Like Myself, So Why Do You?" And this song is about insecurity, and it can be insecurity about pretty much anything, and feeling like that either your friends, your family, your your partner, or your romantic interest won't like you for whatever reason, and then seeing the like, oh, they actually do like you and care about you for you being you, and having that realization, like, oh well, yeah, they actually do like me. So that's what that song's about.
Deeper into your view, what do you see in me? I don't know.
And it was an interesting sort of like I don't recall. I mean, I remember writing this like maybe a year or two ago, and not really fully digging it initially, but I guess it kind of it grew enough on me to sort of put it together on this mixtape. I think I'm going to call it here. If I do decide to make more sort of videos like this on my mixtape, I'll just sort of make part two or part three or however long it takes me to get through all the track listings. But yeah, thanks for hanging out, and I'll talk to you next time.